On behalf of the 52nd Norman Police Academy, I would like to thank you all for being here in celebration of our ends as police cadets and our beginning as law enforcement officers. I would like to thank God for allowing each of us graduates to stand here before you today. And I'd like to thank the Norman community for approving the permanent public sales tax in support of more law enforcement officers. I know each of us want to make you proud. I would like to say thank you to all the cadets' family members, significant others, and friends for your support over the past 26 weeks. Becoming a police officer is not just a job, it's a life's choice. I would like to say thanks to Lieutenant Arnold, Sergeant Wasowski, and Sergeant Elroy, our direct training command team, for guiding us and teaching us that being a police officer is more than arrests and driving fast. It's about the community, about preventative policing, about being there for your brothers and sisters in blue, and building trust through values. I would like to thank Chief Humphrey and all the police officers who came down to the training center to teach us, act as bad guys in scenario training, and talk to us about their personal experiences. I would also like to thank the OUPD Chief of Police, Chief Woolen, for the training partnership with Norman PD, as well as other OU officers for coming down to the training center and supporting the development of both OU and Norman cadets. Last but not least, I would like to thank Officer McAllister for teaching us how to become physically prepared to take on the duties and tasks of a police officer, as well as showing us the joy of burpees, WODs, and the bare complex workout pains. I understand some of these workouts might seem foreign to you, so Officer Wicks and Officer Caius will present all of these after the ceremony. If today's to be the day, so be it. From day one, as newly hired cadets, we were preached the importance of getting our minds right for what it means to become a law enforcement officer. During the first week, we did not quite understand what getting your mind right meant. We were, encouraged to find out the meaning by going on so-called hikes. The word hike was not what I thought it meant. Running for several miles, interrupted by push-ups, sit-ups, and flutter kicks, just to get back up and keep running, contradictory to what the word hike meant to me at first. After the first week of doing these hikes, we all started to realize that if we stayed together and helped each other fight through the pain, these hikes were a lot more bearable. Officer Clark rallying the class together early on to make sure we were all in it for each other, as well as being honest with ourselves. This team-driven mentality became the foundation of what getting your mind right meant to us. Every week thereafter, we built on the foundation of team. We traveled to exotic places like Burns Flat to hone our driving skills and realized that it's probably the best job anyone could ever wish for. Officer Nickerson was awarded with the Cone Killer necklace. Officer Resto learned that cars in soft mud do not partner well. And I learned that yelling at cones does not make them move. We learned that Code 3 driving requires discipline and clear understanding of what we are capable of making our vehicles do. We fired over 50,000 total rounds with rifles, pistols, and shotguns to become proficient in using these tools to keep the city of Norman safe from any threat. In firearms, Officer Cox shot a perfect qualification and creating a fair challenge for Officer Melton and Officer Meggett, which was settled and taken on the shooting course called the Hootenanny, where Cox emerged as victor. Shooting guns for 8 hours a day for 3 weeks, again realizing that we have the best job anyone could ever wish for. We fought tirelessly for 2 weeks in defensive tactics. Officer Harris learned the goods and the bads of going code black. Officer Ward learned the importance of staying hydrated, and Officer Rhines proved that winning is all in the mind, the body just needs to follow. Officer Geiges dominated each fight by finding the balance between police fighting procedures and his collegiate wrestling background. Defensive tactics, teaching us the skills and how to find the determination to win in each and every fight. We learn the importance of being there for your backing officer when he/she needs you most. We learned that as a police officer, you never stand alone, and again, realizing that we have the best job anyone could ever wish for. That is, until OC Spray Day. This day made us question some of our life choices. But as we fought through the pains and the burning skin feeling dissipated, we remembered why we were going through all this pain and challenges. It's because law enforcement is not about our pain, our discomforts, complaints, wants, or needs. It's about the Norman citizens, about protecting and keeping safe those who need protecting and safekeeping, even if it means putting ourselves in harm's way. It's about our fellow officers, families, and loved ones who need us most in moments of distress or danger. Law enforcement is a selfless job, which to me makes it the most rewarding and best job out there. 22 weeks into the academy, and we finally started to realize what getting your mind right meant. Getting your mind right means to be ready and prepared to take on and dominate, as Lieutenant Vincent would say, each and every call, contact, and event. To dominate is to win, using your tools, training, and knowledge to control every situation. It means to use verbal tools and command presence to make the scene safe. It means to be the patrol officer Norman hired and hold true to their values and principles that make the department so great. The 4 weeks following, we started to combine the skill, knowledge, and tools through various tests and practical exercises. Officer Hewitt dominating each and every written test with an average score of 100%. And all of us learned the importance of proper radio communication. 52nd, we got our minds right, our belts set up, and our boots shined. But before we hit the city streets and attempt to solve all crime in Norman, I want to challenge you, class. At the beginning of this speech, I shared a phrase with you. If today to be the day, so be it. As we all know, this stems from the Warrior's Creed. Every time you put this uniform on, while practicing your gun draws and the Wazowski stare in the mirror, I challenge you to say this phrase to yourself, so that you may dominate everything and anything that comes your way and make the Norman community, the Norman Police Department, and your families proud. On behalf of the 52nd Academy, thank you all for the opportunity to serve the city of Norman. Thank you.